2 a.m., you wake up, not because of noise, because of silence, too much silence. The refrigerator isn't humming, the microwave clock is dark, your phone says no signal. The entire street outside is covered in darkness. You walk to the window. On the horizon, you see a strange orange glow. You don't know what it is, maybe a fire, maybe an explosion, maybe something much worse. Your phone vibrates. The last message from your friend arrived 3 hours ago. It says, "News says it might get worse." That's it. Nothing else. No connection. You're standing in your apartment in the dark and hundreds of questions start racing through your head. Where should you go? What should you take? Do you have enough fuel? Where are the documents? Should you wake up your family? While you're thinking, 10 minutes pass, then 20, then 30, and suddenly you start hearing sounds. Doors slamming in the stairwell, people running down the stairs. Outside, one by one, cars begin starting. The city is waking up, but not normally. It's waking up afraid. In 1 hour, the streets will start filling up. In 2 hours, leaving the city may become impossible. And that's exactly what this video is about. How to evacuate a city in 2 hours, quickly, calmly, and with a system. The first 15 minutes, the most important decision. The biggest mistake people make during a crisis is not packing slowly. The biggest mistake is hesitation. People don't lose time because they don't know what to pack. They lose time because they can't make the decision. Should we leave? Should we wait? Is it real or just rumors? But the truth is simple. If you are already thinking about evacuation, time has already started running out. That's why the first 15 minutes are critical. Minute 1 to 3, assess the situation. The first thing you need to do is evaluate the situation. Ask yourself 3 questions. 1. How serious is the situation? Is this just a temporary power outage or something bigger? 2. How much time do you have? If panic begins in the city, time is measured in minutes, not hours. 3. Who is leaving with you? Are you alone? With your family? Children? Pets? The more people involved, the more important it is to act quickly and organized. Minute 3 to 10, packing essentials. Most people make one huge mistake. They pack like they're going on vacation. Clothes, cosmetics, extra shoes, random personal items. But during a crisis, there is a different rule. First comes survival, only after that comes comfort, documents, and cash. First, documents, passports, ID cards, vehicle documents, medical records. All of this should be in one folder, and you should be able to grab it in 10 seconds. The second important thing is cash. When electricity disappears, ATMs stop working, card terminals stop working, online banking stops working. At that moment, only one currency remains: cash, medical kit. Next is the first aid kit. At minimum, it should include painkillers, antiseptic bandages, plasters, a tourniquet, and most importantly, personal medication. If someone in your family depends on insulin, heart medication, or other daily medicine, those should be top priority. Water and food. Another critical resource is water. A person can survive several days without food, but not long without water. The minimum recommendation: 1.5 liters of water per person per day. For food, choose items that don't spoil: canned food, nuts, energy bars, dried fruit. The rule is simple. Food must last without refrigeration, clothing and tools. Even if it's summer, bring warm clothing. Temperatures drop at night. And if you have to travel on foot, warmth can become extremely important. Useful tools include flashlight matches or lighter knife, rope, duct tape. These are simple items, but in a crisis they can become incredibly valuable. Transportation and escape routes. Now, let's talk about one of the most important parts: transportation. If you live in a city, your main goal is simple: get out quickly. But there is a major problem. When thousands of people try to leave at the same time, roads become traps. Fuel rule number 1. Your car should always have at least half a tank of fuel. Why? Because during a crisis, gas stations may not have electricity, fuel, or any organization. When panic begins, gas stations can empty within hours. That's why it's smart to keep 10 to 20 liters of spare fuel, a spare tire, a jack planning routes. The biggest mistake people make is using only one main road. Highways look convenient, but during an evacuation, they become massive traffic jams. You should have 3 routes planned: primary route, secondary route, emergency route. Alternative routes can go through industrial areas, small towns, forest roads. And here's another important rule: have a paper map. If electricity fails, your GPS may stop working. Another mistake people make is leaving without a destination. If you don't know where you're going, you become a refugee on the road. So decide ahead of time. Where will you go? Family in the countryside? A friend in another town? A rural shelter? Having a destination gives you direction and purpose. Timing time is the most critical factor. Every 30 minutes of delay doubles the traffic. If you leave within the first hour, roads may still be clear. If you wait 3 hours, you may see massive traffic jams, abandoned vehicles, total chaos if the roads are completely blocked. There is still one option: walking. An adult can walk 40 to 50 kilometers in a day if necessary. Common evacuation mistakes. Now, let's talk about the most common mistakes people make: taking too much stuff. A heavily loaded car uses more fuel, and if you have to walk, you won't be able to carry everything. The rule is simple: 1 backpack per person. No cash cards might not work. Fuel, food, or shelter may only be available for cash payments. Not informing family. If communication disappears, your family should already know a meeting point. Blind trust in GPS navigation apps send everyone along the same routes. Sometimes a simple paper map and common sense are better. Panic decisions. During crises, rumors spread fast. This road is blocked. That city is dangerous. You can't go there. Don't believe everything you hear. Stick to your plan. After leaving the city. Once the city is behind you, don't relax too quickly. Avoid unnecessary stops. Every stop carries risk. When you reach your destination, your first priority should be water: a well, a spring, a river. Water is the most important survival resource. You should also try to maintain communication with relatives, avoid attracting attention, protect your supplies. In uncertain situations, staying low profile means staying safe. What you can do today. Preparing for all of this doesn't take weeks. It takes one evening, just one evening. Here's what you can do today: gather your documents in one folder, prepare an evacuation backpack plan, 3 exit routes from your city, print a paper map, fill your car with fuel, buy a spare fuel canister, talk to your family about the plan. This is not paranoia, this is not overreacting, this is simply being a responsible adult. The world doesn't always run according to schedule. Sometimes everything can change in a single night. And when that happens, only one question matters: were you ready?